People dream about moving to Asheville all the time, and I totally get it. There is music, there's mountains, there's a slower pace kind of life. But here's what those dreamy Instagram posts are not gonna tell you. This city will stretch you. It can be beautiful, it can be frustrating, and things can happen all the time that are totally unexpected. But today, we're not just talking about what it's like to move to Asheville, North Carolina. We are talking about what it's like to stay. We are gonna talk to some locals, we're gonna view a house, and we're gonna tell you everything that you need to know. So you're not gonna wanna miss this if you're thinking about moving to Asheville. So what makes people want to stay here? It's not just one thing, it's a bunch of small things that all add up. And they all connect too. It's the kind of life that you get to live here. And it really seeps into your routine. So let's start with the most obvious point, and the thing that you notice from the second you land on the ground or roll into town. It's the land, it's the mountains, it's the rhythm of nature. And the forest, y'all, you're technically in a temperate rainforest. It is lush, it is green, it is easy to grow things here. And there's a huge range of biodiversity. We're talking about rhododendron tunnels, we're talking about flame azaleas and mushrooms growing everywhere and fireflies that sync up and black bears that mostly leave you alone. I mean, they're not worried about you. Even in town, there are greenways and parks all over the place. So we have Reed Creek, we have Carrier Park and Beaver Lake, and you get mountain views right in town, even out of a grocery store parking lot around here. So if you like waking up near trails and mountains and views, things like that, then we'd be glad to advise you on which area of town where you have more access to that. Reach out any of the ways down below, and we'll totally hook you up with everything we know. Hey! How's it going? Do you live in Asheville? Can we ask you a question?
Yeah, you sure can.
How long have you lived here?
20 years.
Okay. So you're local by now. What
Yeah.
keeps you here? Why do you want to stay in Asheville?
I really enjoy the climate here. I enjoy the greenway. I live in this neighborhood. I enjoy all the physical activities you can participate in.
Totally. And just right outside your back door, really.
Yeah,
You don't have to wait for the weekend. You
No.
can do it right here and now.
Yeah.
So you love it. Where'd
Yeah.
you move from?
Atlanta.
Okay, so from the city
Yeah.
to a smaller city.
Yes.
Well, I love it. The nature's right here.
Oh, it's amazing.
And you get to walk your dog?
It's amazing. And you know, the trail is so great because you get the best view of Rad from this,
Yeah.
from up here.
From
on
the River
hill.
Arts District,
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's
Cool. Thank
great.
you.
You're welcome.
So you heard it right there from that fella. You don't have to wait for the weekend to enjoy the lifestyle here or get connected with nature because there's trails everywhere. We are in West Asheville right now, really close to the Gray Eagle. Now, this is kind of a neighborhood trail. You don't want to just hop up in here. But in Asheville, nature is a part of everyday life. So people will go on a hike before breakfast. They'll go paddle boarding in the afternoon. They can go take a sunset walk on the many greenways that we have in the area. And it isn't just nature. These are some of the oldest mountains in the world. The Appalachian Mountains are over 480 million years old. So you feel it. I mean, if you don't feel it, you might need to check in a little bit and then you're going to feel it. It's a magical area. It has so much ancient history and knowledge in these old mountains. And so you don't have to plan an escape here. This is where people come to vacation. So you can live in the place that people come in to visit. A lot of people figured that out in 2021. There is a real commitment in Asheville to shopping local. Like, serious. Like, but people care, they really care about it. And it's not just in theory. It is a practice people use here. So you know your coffee shop owner, you know your dog walker really well, you know your Saturday farmer, you know everybody. I mean, it's like a small town feel in a city environment. So you have access to everything a city would offer, but people still know your name and they still care. So it gives life a little bit more meaning, like you're part of something bigger, not just a corporate entity, you're part of a community, which is really awesome. So if you're into supporting local shops and makers and co-ops and you want that neighborhood kind of feeling, then I can give suggestions on which neighborhoods have more of that feeling and which don't. Like South Asheville has a totally different feel. So look here, support local. We proudly support local farmers and purveyors. And if you look up, I mean, this is Early Girl Eatery right in West Asheville. And then if you look over here too, Thank you for supporting local small businesses. So we've got things like that Go Local discount card, which rewards you for shopping at smaller mom and pop local stores, not corporate chains. So it's another way that we kind of reciprocate here. Everybody refers each other too. If you've got a friend that you know does a great job cutting hair or walking dogs or massage therapists, anything like that, people are always looking out for each other. They got your back, which is awesome, right? And then we have the French Fried Food Co-op, which is more than just groceries. It's a place where you feel invested, literally, because you can be part of it. And you're part of the decision-making process too. So the entrepreneurs that are creating businesses here reflect the way that they really want to live. There are eco shops, there are zero waste refill stations, there are plant-based cafes, things like this. So, I mean, everything you can absolutely think of. And when you support them, you're not just buying something. You are voting for the kind of community that you want to have. Okay, y'all. So I want to know, how long, Scott, have you lived in Asheville?
Since 2008.
2008. Okay, so quite a while. So what keeps you here? What do you like about it?
It's a great place to raise a family.
Hi, Finn.
Hi.
Do you like living here?
Yeah.
How long have you lived here? Forever?
Yeah, my whole life.
Do you have lots of friends here? Do you get out in nature and hike around sometimes too?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Asheville?
My family.
Oh my gosh, I agree. You have a great family. Okay, so what else keeps you here in Asheville?
Well, the community that we've built, that we've put together, it would be really hard to leave if we had to leave.
Yeah, there's some good people around here, and they really value community too, right?
Absolutely. Like he said, getting out in nature.
Yeah, it's not just like we do it on the weekends or we put it off. You can do it every single day.
Every day. It's
Yeah,
accessible.
you're right here. We got greenways, we got trails, we got paddle boarding and lakes.
Yeah.
Everything. Okay, cool deal. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Asheville's culture and creativity is a major draw to people. So Asheville attracts these creatives, the curious and slightly offbeat. That's why we like it, y'all, right? This isn't the kind of town where you have to hide your weirdness or your dreams. It is not just tolerated, but it is celebrated. I love it. You see it everywhere, from the murals, to the River Arts District, to the buskers downtown, to the old mountain music playing everywhere, all over the place. Creativity just springs up like blooms in the springtime coming out of the ground. So we have over 200 working artists just in the River Arts District alone. I mean, you can walk through old warehouses and you can see people making live art all the time. So you can see people like making pottery and painting and welding and weaving, anything you desire. There are art crawls, there are open mics, there are storytelling sessions, there's experimental theater, there's interpretive dance. So we have places like the Grey Eagle, Leaf Global Arts, which is World Music Festival. We have Harvest Records and skate shops, where they're all hubs for music and activism and art. If being surrounded by this kind of creativity is your thing, then I can help you find a home in Chicken Hill, in the River Arts District, in West Asheville, or even downtown. There are lots of areas to explore. We'd be glad to help guide you on the whole process. The celebration of creativity runs deep in these communities and in Asheville in general. So Asheville's been named one of the top 25 most arts vibrant places to live in the U.S. by the National Center of Arts Research. That's a big deal. That's cool. So you can even find an emphasis on art in a lot of the schools, but especially charter schools like Art Space, where the arts are woven into everyday learning. And then there are painting classes and music classes and workshops and classes for retirees for continuing education. Everything is really interwoven into our lifestyle here, because creativity isn't just a decoration here in Asheville. It's connection, and Asheville gets that. We live as art. Here we are at the walk, taking a little pit stop in West Asheville. This place has been here for a long time. Look, there's people massaging each other. Is this a massage service?
Yeah, for sure.
So this is the walk. This is a staple in West Asheville. We're just popping in because I got a little hungry and I can't just hang out all day not eating, right? Look, it's filled with art. There's art everywhere. It's all printmaking stuff. Okay, y'all, we got a salad because we are health nuts today. No barbecue for us today.
Okay, that's good.
Here's a really cool record store in West Asheville. I just want to pop in here because it's been here forever. It's one of those record stores that opened up in this area way before there was anything else in West Asheville. And what's cool is they not only sell records and CDs, but they also have performances and art shows here too. Look, here's even a cool place to hang out and chill. What's this? Can you play the grandmother? Is it the grandmother or the grandmother? Look, here's some banana in your fruit basket. Okay, so we tracked down Mark, and you own Harvest Records.
I do. I co-own it.
You co-own it. Okay, cool. And you've been here quite a while, right?
21 years.
Okay, is that the store or you yourself?
Both.
And you had visited Asheville, and you're like, okay, this is it.
Yeah,
Let's
like
make it
one
happen.
day, and we drove down Haywood, and we saw the for rent sign, and we were like, all right, let's do it.
Oh, cool. And where'd you move from?
Virginia.
What makes you stay in Asheville and not bail?
I think two things. I think the people. I mean, that's generic, maybe, but
it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of people, deep friends and family here, but also like beyond that, I think it's the kind of town that you're a little too this, too that, a little too negative, a little too ladder climby, that kind of thing. I think you go somewhere else.
That is true. It's not Asheville's vibe, is it?
Right.
I mean, people really care here. They're part of the community.
Exactly.
It's a very different vibe than other places.
It seems like everyone in my circle, like one of our main priorities is like continuing this community. And also part two of why I stay here is for the mountains.
Yeah, and the nature.
And nature. I mean, like every time I leave and then I come back and you're driving up the highway, it's just like...
I hear that all the time.
I love it.
We'll go to the beach or somewhere and you're like, oh, great, beach. And then you drive up and over, like, 26 area or wherever.
Yeah.
Could be from any direction. You see those mountains, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it just hits me. Yeah.
Thank you. So now this brings us to lifestyle and shifts in lifestyle. A lot of people move to Asheville not just for the new home, but for a new pace of life. And what's interesting is that it actually works. Like, people come here and they change their entire lifestyle sometimes because there's lots of opportunities here. I hear all the time, I want to slow down. I want to get out of the grind of life. I need a lot more balance. And Asheville is a place that provides that quite easily. So your neighbors and your friends are also kind of having this great work-life balance. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs here. There are people who enjoy being outside. And what's perfect with that is the weather. Of course, as you know, our Four Seasons is awesome. So Asheville really shifts your priorities in a good way. People take midday walks. They meet their neighbors around places. There are hikes and little trails all over neighborhoods typically because people enjoy being outside. Tons of places and recreational opportunities nearby, as you already know. And we don't have a ton of terrible traffic that you have to sit in every day, so you have a little bit less stress. You don't feel the pressure to do it all here. That is not the goal of a lot of people in Asheville. We want to zen out. We want to relax. We don't want to feel the pressure all the time. So you feel encouraged to do what matters the most to you. Hi, Pop. Do you live in Asheville?
I do.
Have you lived here a long time?
I lived here my whole life. So
Your whole life?
Yeah, for like 30 years.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What makes you stay here?
Just the nature, honestly. A lot of it got really messed up last year, but it's the beauty of it is in like 10 to 20 years, it'll be almost exactly the same. Well, minus a lot of the new rivers.
We are rebuilding in lots of beautiful ways, right? And we also got to see what our community's about too, huh?
Oh, very much so.
Not that we doubted it. I'm just saying we really got to see it.
Oh, yeah. In like a life or death situation like that, for a lot of people, you really do.
So you've seen a lot of change in Asheville too, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I remember when they had like the old festivals and stuff like that, things like that.
And there's a lot of new people coming here. How does that feel, being a local?
Yeah, pretty normal. I mean, a lot of people would come up here just for the summer anyways.
Yeah, totally.
So I always dealt with a lot of like traffic and a lot of tourism and stuff like that. And then people moving here, it just kind of feels like the same way.
Yeah, totally.
So it's good.
But Asheville still has your heart?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's hard. It's hard not to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Y'all, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Asheville has its challenges, of course. Housing isn't cheap, depending on where you're coming from, and it can totally be a shock to some people when they arrive here and they're like, wait a minute, I thought this was going to be North Carolina prices. Well, it's Asheville prices, and it can be a competitive market. So you need to have some sort of a strategy. That's where we come into play as well, because you need to have somebody on your side. It matters. Reach out any of the ways down below. And then we got to think about the job market too. Oh my gosh, I love these flowers right here. Nope, they don't smell. Oh, they do kind of smell. Then we got to think about the job market too. I always say bring your own job. There's a lot of entrepreneurs here. There are people that have been relocated for a job or people that can work remotely. There are side gigs, there's startups. There are lots of people who are very creative here, and there's lots of artists too. So depending on where you live, you'll run into things like windy roads. Some people from Florida get totally freaked out when they have to drive up a hill, and then 2 days later they're like, I got this. Sometimes there's spotty cell phone service, and you have to switch carriers, and you got to make sure if you really need internet that it's available to you, especially in those areas that are far out of town. So mountain living, of course, it has its quirks, but it's worth it. If you are craving a lifestyle that is more outdoor oriented, where you can spend a lot of time outside, perhaps you love to garden. A lot of the homes around here have beautiful landscaping because people like to be outside and doing it. And you know what? The weather permits it. Things are lush and they grow kind of easy. Okay, let's hop in this house because I want to show you another reason people stay in Asheville is the quality of life here too. Hop in, let's go. Cool. Now, of course, I don't need to give you a whole house tour today, but I could if you would. I mean, I could if you want. But here's the deal. People stay in Asheville because it can be quite affordable depending on where you're coming from. Now, homes like this is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, I believe. But there's some different aspects to this home that make people want to stay because people really enjoy outfitting their homes in a way that they can live the lifestyle that they desire. So let's hop out to a special feature of this home, which I absolutely adore, and a lot of people will, especially if you're moving from places like Florida, perhaps California, or places in the Northeast. Come on out here. Check this out, y'all. Look how massive this screened-in porch is. Now, here's the thing about Western North Carolina. You have 4 distinct seasons. So you could be sitting outside having dinner with your family, I would say 10 months out of the year. We do have winters. We do get a little bit of snow, but it is not treacherous, so you might be a little chilly. You know what I would do out here? They already have a fan, which is awesome. You can sit out here all year long, but you know what I do? I put a little gas fireplace. If they have gas running here, I put a gas fireplace out here. Then you could be out here all year long. I could be playing board games right here with my family. This is like a cabin vacation home in the city because we are in the city of Asheville right now. We don't have a ton of bugs. We do have some mosquitoes in the heat of summer, but most of the time you don't even need this screened in deck. But you know what it does? It helps keep debris and leaves and pollen away, and also some bugs, of course. But this is a whole other way that people really enjoy adding square footage, not really, but extra living space to your home in Western North Carolina. This is why people live here. So while we're here, we might as well check out the rest of the house, right? I mean, in Western North Carolina, you're going to find a lot of fireplaces. Some are gas, some are wood burning, depending on how much work people want to do. I personally like the smell of a wood burning fire. Now, this home has been updated, as you can tell. I mean, this is a 1961 home, but it feels kind of fresh and new. So this is the primary bedroom here. And then here's a really nice bathroom with a pocket door, updated shower. They have really done a lot here. I love the tile work. Heck yeah. We got to do our measurements. Whoop, whoop. Uh-oh, can't get out. Everything's so fresh and clean in here. This is a great home. So you have a 1-level living situation up here, another updated bathroom right here. I love how they've incorporated some textiles on the wall and a map of Asheville. Then you have another smaller bedroom here that could be used as an office, a guest space. But here's the deal, y'all. Because we are on hills in Western North Carolina, not everywhere. I mean, some places are flat. We get to finish our basements, and it gets to be extra square footage for our home. So the cool thing about finishing out your basement downstairs is sometimes it's the entire footprint of the upstairs, which is amazing because it adds all that extra square footage. So as we head down here, you'll see that they totally finished this out. So there's lots of opportunities here in Western North Carolina to buy a home that has a finished basement for a mother-in-law suite or an extra income possibility for like Airbnb, short-term rental, or you can finish it out yourself so you can get a good deal. And as you progress, you can finish it out slowly. Maybe your husband has nothing to do. He can do it, or you can do it. Check out this room. So they have totally finished this out. We have a little seating area here and then an extra sleeping space here. This counts as a bedroom, y'all. We are on city water, city sewer, so we're not having to worry about a septic tank and how many bedrooms can be counted. You do have a full bath down here as well that is equally comparable in quality to the upstairs. Some people tend to skimp on the downstairs, which I don't love. I mean, of course, they're not going to use it as much. They don't want to spend as much money there. But you might as well make it nice if you're going to redo it, right? Really nice big bedroom down here as well. And then you'll notice that this basement level, even though it's a basement, you can walk straight outside. If you did want to have guests down here, if you did want to have a short-term rental, they could have their own entrance. Here's another little stone patio and a backyard. So this home is on 0.23 acres, but it feels private. You do have a neighbor over here, but we have a nice path. So some backyards come with these little trails or access points to different nature opportunities right in your backyard. I love this about Western North Carolina. So I'm following this little stone path and I have no idea where it's going, but it's going somewhere, y'all. I'm going on a hike. Oh my Lord. Oh, this is cool. I mean, there's like a little grove. Okay, so there's a little creek right here. You can cross with one board. I'm not gonna do it, y'all. And then this is great for kids. So back in here, there's like a grove area, so you can play. So it's not like you're inundated with like flat backyards everywhere that only have privacy through some sort of fence that you put up. You have nature's privacy right here. I think that's really cool. And that's the thing about Asheville, y'all. It gets under your skin in the very best ways. I mean, you come for the views and the vibes, but you stay. And it's probably something that's much, much deeper than you'd even anticipate. So if you want to check out other videos about Asheville, click right here. Until then, ciao for now. Woohoo! Let's get weird, y'all.